Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy MF Crypto here, aka Quanstradamus, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father. Once again. And as always, I'm on a mission to help you build generational wealth. Welcome back to the channel, my fellow Quant fam community. And for those of you who may be tuning in for the very first time, welcome in as well. I have an explosive Quant Network video update for you today. Crypto Calamity. More downside ahead for QNT and assets across the board. Ladies and gentlemen, Daddy is back. It's been an exceptionally long time. I've been absolutely swamped with different work engagements as well as a surgical procedure that was done on my shoulder. Guys, at the end of the day, this is not so much a victory lap in this video, but more so that I want each and every single one of you that have been here with me, maybe not from day one, but have seen and followed my videos for any substantial period of time, just know that I have your backs. I told you all in countless videos that this imminent stock and crypto markets crash was coming down the pipeline very soon. We are now in the thick of it. We are clearly in that recession, guys. JP Morgan has already announced that we are likely in a recession, and they expect the Federal Reserve to slash interest rates once again. They are now spiraling the entire global economy out of control. They have opened up Pandora's box officially, and the floodgates are about to open up in a way that you never even imagined possible, ladies and gentlemen. So, do not allow despair and the gloom and doom of the overall fallout to keep you from focusing on what's most important here. We need fiat parked on the sidelines, guys. Whatever you got to do, if you got to work a second, third, or fourth job on the side, I don't care what it is. You got to take advantage of the opportunity. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You are never going to see Quant Network, as well as a slew of other altcoins, or Bitcoin for that matter, go as low as we're going to see over the next coming year. You have time to DCA dollar cost average into and scoop up some absolute gems at a true bottoming out phase. You hear the term all the time. Oh, guys, we're about to bounce from this this crypto asset has bottomed out. You have not seen a bottoming out like you are about to see in the global economic collapse of 2025 and 2026. We are going to see one of the most cataclysmic global economic events since the Great Depression, guys. And I have predicted that it's going to be worse than the Great Depression. People are going to be in serious trouble if they have not saved money or have money parked on the sidelines. I want you to know right now, we are going to experience even more pain from this point forward. But let's move into price point action, guys. I don't want to get carried away too much here. We're currently trading at an incredible 63.55, down 6.71% on the daily. As we switch over to the monthly, guys, we were up at a high of $85, dropped down over $22 in the month alone. As we zoom out on the yearly chart, we have already revisited here back down into the yearly lows. We've only got about another $5 or $6 to go before we touch the yearly bottom zone once again. Looking at the all-time time frame, I have maintained for an exceptionally long period of time that I believe we revisit this $40 to $50 range. Now, is it a certainty that we reach that range? Absolutely not. But Big Papa Quanstradamus continues to shepherd the flock. He is here for you. Don't ever get it twisted. who else in this space, especially in the niche quant network family, has been proven correct time and time and time again, like me. And I know that my following is still small and I have a humble community here, but I want you guys to remember, once this channel takes off and explodes past the 10K mark, and God forbid the 50 and 100,000 subscriber marks, remember that I was always delivering to you the correct information before it happened, the uncut raw. And all of you who have DM'd me over on Twitter, I've kept it real from day one. I told you all in each and every one of those messages, I don't switch it up. I don't switch up my stance for anyone. I keep it real across the board, no matter who you are. I always maintain that this day was coming, that this imminent stock market and crypto market recession was going to unfold. And we are now entering into the deep trenches as you see a continued downward price action for our beloved QNT. But understand, on the flip side, guys, if you are playing this game right, you continue to dollar cost average into the GOD token because it is the number one asset in all of crypto. And to take it a step further, it is the greatest asset class on planet Earth. Now, let's dive into some more upbeat news here. This is an official tweet from the Quant Network team on April 29th. Infin's Global Summit returns for its 11th year at the historic Guildhall. Our founder and CEO, Gilbert Verdian, will be joining a panel titled Agents of Growth, AI, Blockchain, Web3, and Smart Data Convergence in Action, where he'll share how we can harness the potential of these technologies to drive a better financial services system. Guys, this is the official InnovateFinance.com page where decision makers meet. Let me switch back to the tweet real quick. How we can harness the potential of these technologies to drive a better financial services system. Again, on this channel, I've been telling you that Quant Network and blockchain as a whole is going to be the phoenix that rises from the ashes, and they will come out on the other side of this massive global economic collapse. This is why it is so important to strategically position yourself into this asset if you want to maximize your upside potential. This is a true one-of-one asset class. And again, Quant Network has established themselves and put themselves in that higher echelon tier that I personally believe to be greater than any other crypto project or startup in the entirety of the space. No one has the credentials that this man right here holds, and no one else has established and entrenched themselves in the financial sector like Quant Network has. Now, let's go over to the exhibitors here at IFGS 2025. IFGS proud to showcase a diverse lineup of exhibitors, each bringing groundbreaking ideas, products, and solutions to the table. Explore cutting-edge innovations, discover new partnerships, and connect with industry leaders who are driving change. Whether you're seeking expert insights, exploring new technologies, or looking for collaboration opportunities, our exhibitors are here to inspire and inform. Be sure to visit their booths and start the conversation. The Great Hall exhibition, here you go, guys. This is an illustrious group of exhibitors here. And as you can see, Quant Network and their patented and standout logo, absolutely beautiful, alongside the likes of Lloyd's Banking Group, Revolut, TrueLayer, OpenPaid, Oak North, and Trust, Department for Business and Trade of the United Kingdom, Clearbank, just to name a few. These are heavyweights in the game. Eyes on the prize, ladies and gentlemen. Tech Tunnel exhibitors, sponsored by Accenture. Here we go. And speaking at the event, none other than Mr. GV, Big Papa Gil, our main man that is going to lead us to the promised land. Guys, again, this is an asset that you need to be thinking long term. 5 to 10 years bare minimum. I promise you, when staking comes online, gateways come online, and the new financial system is firmly entrenched and brought online, that you are going to be such a major winner. It's not even funny. I'm not selling you a pipe dream. I have never seen an asset in my over 10 years in the cryptocurrency space like Quant Network. It is an absolute unicorn. And this man right here with the beautiful patented glasses, look at him. Look at that sexy SOB. That is the man. That is the only man that can pull off such an incredible financial sector collaboration, such as the patented Overledger system. And Quant Network is the true interoperability solution provider for the new financial system of planet Earth. It's so clear to me. It should be so clear to you by now, especially if you've been following this channel. It is crystal clear. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from Quant's official LinkedIn page. I'm going to end off the video with a nice little excerpt from our very own Martin Hargreaves. What does the future of payments look like? In the latest edition of Asset Servicing Times, our Chief Product Officer, Martin Hargreaves, shares how the rise of programmability will help to unlock new efficiencies and why accurate data should be viewed as a strategic asset. Let's hop right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Automation fixation. One thing is clear. Members of the industry are adamant that eliminating manual processes is key to taking payments to the next level. Marwick explains that the reality is every firm across the whole industry will have manual processes that are still operating in the background. How can you truly scale that in terms of digital infrastructure to be operationally resilient from cybersecurity through to growth and scalability? BNY Mellon's Akkad Azari suggests that manual interventions are costing the industry dearly. She explains, while straight-through processing is possible for the vast majority, about 5% of cross-border payments encounter some friction before they reach their destination, resulting in manual interventions that cost the industry upwards of $2 billion per year. When a payment exception occurs, for reasons such as incorrect payee details or missing information, this can cause frustration for the payer and payee. That frustration may also be exacerbated by how complex and cumbersome payment investigations can be, resulting in additional costs and substantial delays. Akkad Azari continues to add that many banks are acting merely as middlemen by performing message forwarding tasks. She argues that this creates additional work and takes up time that could be spent elsewhere. Martin Hargreaves, Chief Product Officer at Quant, also believes efficiency must be improved. He identifies that one of the biggest trends across payments is the rise of programmability. The UK has long been a leader in payments innovation, but with international competition heating up and challenge of alternative payment forms like cryptocurrencies on the rise, we must continue to find new ways to unlock efficiencies. The rising use of stablecoins is a big opportunity for banks too, particularly the cross-border remittance side. Guys, you're starting to understand here. Quant Network, Martin Hargreaves, Gilbert Verdian, they have strategically positioned themselves as a connectivity, a bridge, if you will, from traditional finance to decentralized finance. Blockchain is going to become synonymous with banking of the future. Let me say that one more time for you. Blockchain is going to become synonymous, one and the same, with banking in the future. Once the global system has been officially reset and collapsed, this is the new system they bring online. Gilbert understands this completely. That's why they are hustling and grinding and making maneuvers in the background and making sure that the banks understand that interoperability is the key component that is missing before this can all come online. Data as a driver. You cannot talk about payments without focusing on data. Access Pays Conning argues that accurate data is absolutely vital because we're not just processing transactions, we're enabling critical financial decisions. Data can be important to tackling money laundering and fraud. When we enhance payment data, organizations can make strategic decisions that wouldn't be possible with basic transaction information alone, Conning says. In the payments industry, accuracy is just the starting point. It's the enrichment of that accurate data that delivers the real value. Quant's Hargreaves Hargreaves goes even further, suggesting that accurate data is the backbone of the payments industry, where even the smallest discrepancies can have significant financial and regulatory consequences. He continues, high-quality, accurate data is a strategic asset, too. It can give financial institutions a competitive edge across a range of fronts, from helping them refine risk assessment models to personalizing customer experiences and enhancing fraud detection systems. With competition higher than ever, having accurate data is fundamental for banks and PSPs to offer their customers smoother transactions and more robust security. What next? But if all these experts could be granted one wish to improve the payment space, what would it be? BNY's Azari and Quant's Hargreaves focus on fraud prevention. The former explains that as digital payments grow, so do fraud schemes, especially tactics like credit push fraud and account takeovers. Traditional fraud prevention methods often work in silos, with institutions relying on their own data, making it harder to detect emerging threats. To combat this, the industry must move towards greater transparency and collaboration in a secure manner. Enhancing data sharing across financial institutions can help identify fraud patterns more quickly and strengthen defenses. And ladies and gentlemen, that greater transparency and collaboration is only provided and only capable through the utilization of, you guessed it, Quant Network's patented Overledger system. They have a true one-of-one opportunity to bring not only blockchain, but early QNT investors incredible returns on investment, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine what your QNT investment will look like from 2025 to 2035 if Quant Network is able to pull this off. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have nearly all my eggs in this basket, and I have never been so heavily entrenched in one asset in all of my life. But I know with every fiber of my being that this is the golden goose. I have never felt better about an investment in my entire life. This is the greatest opportunity for generational wealth that you will ever see. It is an absolute grand slam. She outlines that by fostering a culture of shared intelligence and leveraging advanced fraud detection technologies, the industry can create a more unified and proactive approach to combating financial crime. Quant's Hargreaves says, I expect to see significant investment in fraud detection and prevention over the next year or so. In the first half of 2024 alone, over £200 million was lost to authorized push payment fraud in the UK. These numbers are simply too high, and the scale of the problem demands wholesale change in how we approach the fraud epidemic. Ladies and gentlemen, at a bare minimum, the fact that Quant Network's illustrious executive team is so clued in and so keyed in to the exact problems that the banking sector, the financial sector, and the biggest power players and biggest holders in wealth on our planet, the fact that they are this keyed in to their biggest problems can mean only one thing: that they're actively working to solve them, and they are working in tandem with these massive Fortune 500 conglomerates. It's already been confirmed. Project Icebreaker, Project Agora. This is no longer conjecture. This is verifiable fact. Quant Network is about to make the quantum leap into a level beyond the stratosphere, beyond what you can even possibly imagine. And you get to DCA into this asset at a mere $63 as of the recording of this YouTube video. What the hell are you waiting for? Ladies and gentlemen, this is never financial advice, but it's pretty clear to me that this is the ultimate generational wealth opportunity. You better get your ducks in a row. You better stop messing around. This is your chance. Don't blow it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another feature presentation by MF Crypto, aka Quantstradamus, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father, the number one source for all your Quant Network news. I'll see you next episode. Cheers.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed, you're not being prodded, you're not given a reward, nobody's encouraging you? What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you're a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process. A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. When you are a true hunter, you hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another. If you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, be what you say you're gonna be, you're gonna have to lion me out. You a gazelle, you're gonna come up short. You a gazelle, you're gonna have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You try to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode, nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you.